Welcome to...
Hello everyone, welcome, Merry Christmas. There's a lovely smooth shot. I love this shot.
Live on YouTube. The one, the only.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Filmmaker Talks live on YouTube. And I do have another guest for us this week. You all will know him. Here he is.
Hello everyone.
Welcome Blueview. How are you today?
Hello everyone. Yes, good thanks. How are you?
Welcome Archie.
Hello.
Hello Walter. I'll just turn you around so everyone can see you. How are you Walter? Jordan, how are you movie one?
Hello Lucas, thank you so much for having me on the channel.
To the stream. Hello Josh, how are you? I'll bring him in now, the man himself. Movie book, James. How are you today, James?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
See this coming.
It's a long video, Jay.
With viewer Skype calls and guess the theme tune. Featuring guest appearances from Movie Book, Blueview, Alex Pitt, Film Geek 13, Movie World, and many, many more brilliant Blue Tubers. This is the Filmmaker Talks live on YouTube.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Filmmaker Talks live on YouTube. Thank you all for joining me here this evening. Apologies, that intro did get us slightly glitchy there. A second, it was kind of, it wasn't really working as it's meant to be, not at the speed it's meant to be. I think I've used that intro 3 times now, and it's only worked once properly, which was the first time I used it last week or 2 weeks ago, I think it was. It was just a black screen. So hopefully we don't have any more technical difficulties. Yeah, but do let me know if I do have them. I've just noticed I've got a few apps open, so I'm just closing them now. That hopefully should, reduce the problems a little bit. But yes, and obviously StreamYard isn't telling me I've got any problems. So yeah, just let me know if there's any technical issues. But before I address the comments, obviously in the title, obviously in the thumbnail, you don't see, it looks like I'm going solo tonight. However, I've got a guest joining me today, an unexpected guest, but a guest and a friend nonetheless. You all know him, and he's growing at an insane rate. So I would expect you all to know him by now. And it is, of course, Mr. Alex Pitt to Alex's Movie Corner. I will bring him in now. Hello Alex. Luca. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, yes. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Yes, not a problem.
It's great to have you. Great to have a guest on. Yep, and I will just... So we've got Lanko here watching. Thank you for watching, Lanko. He's saying hello to Arthur. Hello, Arthur. He says he's coming. We've got Erin. Hello, Neo. Hello, Dan Hollyoak. And Erin's asking, is your voice supposed to be pitch shift? Yes, it is. It's meant to be one of those deep voices. So I did a bit of a voice for it in the original recording, but then I put a bit of made it a little deeper. So yes, I've intentionally did that. I would not be able to, with my normal voice, be able to make that noise. And we've got Movie Cave here. I'm very well, thank you. And I think Alex is. So
yes, doing well.
Yeah. We've got Archie. I still love the intro. It's fun. Thank you, Archie. Hopefully next time I play it, it'll work properly, because put a lot of effort into that. And yeah, hello Lucas, how are you doing? Hope you're well. I am. Thank you, Archie. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining me and Alex, should I say?
Yeah.
Good evening. You're well. Thank you, Movie Cave. We have Scott, the movie critic, says hello, guys. Really excited to be here tonight. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
And then, yes, Alice, how are you?
Yes, very well, thank you, Archie.
We've got Lanko says, one thing, do you like education such as maths or science? Just asking. Well, I've just recently come out of this kind of standard education, math, science, English, etc., etc. Do I like? I mean, that's in it. Do I like it? No, I struggled with maths. I struggled with science. I really didn't enjoy it at all very much. I just really struggled with it. So, no, I just didn't. I had subjects that I really enjoyed. I had subjects I really didn't. Maths and science happened to be both subjects I didn't get along with very well. So, yeah. But how about you, Alex? I know English is one that you hated. Yeah. I bet it was such a bore to get through.
I hated English so much. No, I love English. But actually, the highest subject, I only got 1 A in school, and that was actually in maths. I really like maths.
Oh, wow.
For whatever reason, I love numbers. And now in this movie space, I love release dates. I don't know what it is. I just love numbers. So maths and English were always my strongest.
Yeah, my strongest was drama. That was my highest grade.
Yeah, drama's good too.
Yeah, we've got Jake joining. Says, hello, gentlemen. How are we? I'm so close to 400. It's mental. That's really good, Jake. I'm glad you're growing. That's great. I mean, a lot of people, especially Alex. Tell us, Alex, what's the secret code? Are you buying subscribers? Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Don't start me on that. Yeah, no, I have had shout outs from people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and my Instagram for my YouTube channel does have 1,300 followers, so it's just putting it on there and people come over and subscribe. That's all it is, really. I don't expect that I'll grow much more than I have at the moment, like in this, I won't keep growing at this rate, I don't think.
You are approaching 1,000 subscribers, which is mad. It's exciting.
It's exciting,
it really is.
It's pretty mad.
It is crazy. It is. I don't think anyone's, especially in this YouTube space at all, has seen anything like this. But it's great because you deserve it. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We've got the Inspired Amateurs here. It says, hi guys, what's your top 10 teen comedy films? First film comes to mind, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
I want to say Breakfast Club, but it's not much of a. It's not massively a comedy, and they're both John Hughes films. How about you, Alex? What are some that come to mind?
Ferris Bueller is number one. I love that film. Superbad's a classic. At this point, I think. I also really like Booksmart that came out a couple of years ago.
Oh, of course, yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you class it, but Stand By Me. I don't know if it's not massively a comedy.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. No, that's it's still enjoyable though. Yeah, so those are the main picks. Here's Erin with a different kind of question. What's your favorite songs? Do you want to go first, Alex? Are you a music person or?
I'm not a massive music person. I do like some bands. Like I love the Beatles, All Time Low, 21 Pilots. They're kind of my favorites. So any of their classics, really, I'm probably going to like. But I'm not, in general, when I've got my AirPods in, 9 times out of 10, I'm listening to podcasts or watching YouTube instead of listening to music. So I'm not massive in it.
Yeah, for me, probably my favorite band would be the Rolling Stones. I'm a big Rolling Stones fan. I love a lot of their music. Same with you. The Beatles are just a classics. They're great.
Yeah.
I do like stuff from the Beach Boys as well. They're really good. And George Harrison as well, because he's my favorite member of the Beatles. So when he went off and did his own stuff, and he's when the Beatles broke up, I really enjoy some of George Harrison's work. And the Mamas and Papas as well. They're also really great. And Neil Diamond, there's loads of people, actually, when I come to think of it, I really enjoy. So songs, those are the ones, really. Let me just look at my Spotify as well, because I'm I do really enjoy music, this kind of music. Anyway, well, songs, you know, because if we're talking about music in general, I like classical and soundtracks and things. And I also just like songs that come from some of my favorite films. I love the soundtrack to Goodfellas, but I wouldn't normally listen to those songs if it wasn't for that film. Like, oh, here's one. What's it? Where is it now? Didn't I Blow Your Mind this time from the Delphonics? I love that from Jackie Brown. And Across 110th Street. Because I listen to those songs and I think of Jackie Brown and think how great it is. I like a bit of Elvis Presley now and again. He obviously, one of his songs was in my film. The Stone Roses as well. Radiohead. So yeah, when I come to think of it, I do actually have a lot of songs I enjoy and bands and things, and just going through them now. And I really do like the Mamas and Papas actually. But yes, nothing else. And I do like a bit of Oasis now and again, and the Doors as well.
Yeah, they do.
But I think we're reaching to the end. And of anything, you know, Bond song. I like to listen to them a lot. But yes, yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got Scott, the music critic, saying, "No worries, guys. I'm sure I'm really going to enjoy this live stream." Yeah, hopefully you do, Scott. I hope you do. It should be fun. We've got Future Boy, Jordan. Hello, Jordan. Thank you for making it here. It says, "Hello, gents. Hope you're well. Just jumping in before I have to go to work in 30 minutes. No problem at all, Jordan. Thank you for jumping in. Really appreciate that."
Yes. He took part in my quiz last night while he was at work.
Really?
He was, I made sure he was the first contestant because it was quiet at his work. So yeah, he was there at work doing the Star Wars quiz.
Yes, I did catch a bit of that quiz actually. I kept on tuning in and out. I was watching bits with different contestants and things, which was quite fun. It was a good quiz. I really enjoyed how it kind of altered contestants, and we had some new people that I've never seen before, and obviously Jordan. It's always nice to see, and Archie, and yeah, it's great. And also expanding your Star Wars knowledge, because I was trying to play along with a few of them as well. Yeah, we've got Marcus here. It says, "Hey guys, how are you getting on with Line of Duty, Alex?"
I haven't actually. I've watched the first episode and I haven't watched any more. And I don't know why, because I really liked the first episode. I'm more of a film person. I really am. Like today, I've watched a couple of films instead of watching Line of Duty, but that's not anything against the show because I really like what I've seen from it.
No, that's same here with me, because I still need to get on with Breaking Bad. I really do.
I was going to ask you, have you got any further with it?
No, I haven't. The last episode I watched was season 2, and it was the episode called Down, and it was, I don't know if you, because there's loads of seasons. I don't know why, because it was great. I really enjoyed what I've seen. It isn't like it's bad. It's just how to kind of commit to it, and also I really want to check out Twin Peaks, because I know Archie's always banging on about it. Yeah, it does look really good. Actually, it does look like the type of thing I'd really enjoy. So that's another thing I really want to watch as well. And then so I do need to. But like I'm saying with you, Alex, I'm more of a film person. So and Jordan's just mentioned one now, Peaky Blinders. I've got people at college say you need to watch Peaky Blinders. It does look good. I should watch that as well. And Jordan's saying that you hired the Peaky Blinders. I don't know what that means, but he's meaning your subscriber count, maybe.
Probably, could be. I also, when I have my hair cut like this, especially when I have the front long and the backs and sides short, people think that I look like a Peaky Blinder.
Are they a gang then? Do they like?
Yeah, they are a gang in the early 1900s. It's a really good show, though.
Got Lanko says, "Did you ever hear about SML and that they used to be funny, but now they're not?" SML.
Does he mean SNL, Saturday Night Live? Maybe?
Yeah, I know what SNL is, Saturday Night Live.
That's all I can think it might mean.
About that they used to be, I'm guessing he means used to be funny, and now they're not. Well, if you could elaborate, Lanko, because I'm only going from what you've put here. If you mean SNL, Saturday Night Live, which I don't watch a great deal of. I've seen a couple of their skits of people and a few monologues. But I didn't hear apparently that they are no longer funny. Did you hear about this, Alex?
No, I've never watched Saturday Night Live.
I don't know if it's out yet, but I don't know if you heard, but Elon Musk for some reason is going on there doing a comedy skit thing. So I'd really like to watch that. And I watched the stuff during the presidential thing with Jim Carrey playing Joe Biden, which was really funny. So yeah, there's some funny bits on there. And Erin put, which YouTubers shouted you out, Alex?
Okay, so I had a shout out from, I'm part of Austin Burke's Patreon, so I'm on there all the time. Also, Dave Lee Down Under, he does a weekly podcast, which I get shout outs on there. Also, the big one is John Campier,
really,
who has 240,000 subscribers.
How did you get a shout out from Mr. Campier?
So, not a shout out necessarily, but a couple of weeks ago, he did kind of this big thing dedicated to up and coming YouTubers and how to YouTube, and people in there were kind of putting in questions and kind of promoting their channel. So I did that, and I got a lot of people come over from that.
Was that like, were you doing it during the? Did he do was it a live stream that he did? Because I know he does loads of live
stream. Yeah.
And were people just doing it in the live chat, kind of just putting their channels out there?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah. And but also because he does like super chats like you do. So I did a super chat and just kind of said when I started my channel and kind of how it's been progressing and stuff like that. And I had a lot of people come over from that, which was I didn't do it expecting that, because I sent him super chats anyway. But I did have some people come over from that.
Yeah, because people would have to kind of probably search up your channel or something like that as well, and they're making an effort to find you. So that was really good. Yeah, we've got Ben here. He says, "Hello, Mr. Filmmaker and Mr. Pitt." Thank you, Ben. Hello. Lanko says he's approaching 25 subscribers. Well, we all start somewhere, Lanko. Yep. So I'll subscribe to you. I'll go because I think I might have seen a few of your videos, but they're more or less kind of just that there's kind of no, it's kind of just like images and things, and you've got text saying kind of favorite film from genre and stuff like that. But that's what you do, so I'm sure some people will really enjoy that. But we've got Leo here, says, "How are you, man?" I'm very well, thank you, Leo. Thanks for stopping by. Jake says American Pie would be a favorite teen comedy.
That's a really good one. Yeah,
that did come to mind, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really. I mean, I'm sure I know it's with teens, and I know it's a comedy, so I guess that would count. But I haven't seen it, so
it's a really good one. I like number 2 as well.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out at some point. We've got Scott, the movie critic, says the Rolling Stones and the Beatles are amazing. Yes, completely agree, Scott. We've got Archie says he just ordered my first film in a while. Looking forward to having it delivered soon. Got Saw coming. Never seen it, but I've always wanted it to. Thoughts on the film? Yeah, I saw that on the live stream you did with Jake on Instagram, and that is a film that I haven't seen, so I can't give an opinion on it. Sorry, Archie, but I will be watching it probably this month. Since isn't the new Saw film with Samuel Jackson? Isn't that coming out this month?
I believe it comes out the day that cinemas are opening, the 17th.
Wow. Yeah, because that looks interesting. It does. I'm getting major 7 vibes from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to watch that, but I prefer to watch the other ones first. But there's like loads of them, and so it's going to mean like massively binging the entire franchise, which I don't normally do. So I might just watch the first one and then watch the new one. So we'll see.
The first one's so good.
Really, yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's an interesting concept, and people have told me about it.
Yeah.
So there you go, Archie. It is really good, according to Alex, and
it is really good. I'd recommend watching all of them. Some people think that they get worse as they go along, but I kind of have fun with all of them. I don't think there's a bad one.
That's the thing. That if that's good, then having fun with it.
Yeah,
that's really good. Same. That's similar with. I know this franchise might, in terms of quality, is lesser, but the Fast and Furious franchise now they don't go worse or they don't improve or they don't decline as it goes through. But the one that I've enjoyed most is the 8th one, because I just want, it's a silly franchise, I just want it to go full out, and that's what it did. I had so much fun with it. It was just like, this is what I want from a Furious film. I
agree, yeah.
So that'd probably be my favourite one. That's the one I enjoyed most.
Mm-hmm.
But Lanka says, my favourite songs are Eminem and Michael Jackson and John Lennon. John Lennon is also a good one. Soundtrack to The Godfather, great. Oh, The Good, Bad, the Ugly. That's also outstanding. And my favourite, of course, Rocky. Rocky's a good one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Jake saying it's amazing, Archie. One of the best slashers ever.
Yeah.
So there you go, Archie. Nothing but good things. We've got Jordan says it's a good one, Archie. Also, I finished Eraserhead yesterday at work, which I'll discuss soon. I need to watch Eraserhead. That's one that it does look really. Oh wow! Thank you so much, Josh. A super chat. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Sorry, I only just saw this. For some reason, it didn't pop up. Usually it pops up at the top, but it didn't. So sorry about that if you put it in. When did you put that in? What time? Oh, 5 minutes ago. Yeah, sorry about that, Josh, but it usually pops up, but it didn't. So thank you. That was really, really kind of you. Really didn't have to do that. So thank you so much for that, Josh. Where were we? I think it was Luke says, hi lads, what's up? I'm here. How are you, Lucas, mate? I'm very well, thank you. Luke, I hope you are too. And here's Josh again. He says, sorry, late. No problem at all, Josh. We've got Winslow Wave. Hello, Winslow. And we've got Wormy Spoons here as well. Hello, Wormy. And Harry's movie channel. Hello, Harry. And we've got, is this Reagan? Reagan talks about movies. Hey, I have a movie YouTube channel as well. Good to know. Thank you for that. We've got Josh says, I'm going to actually watch Without Remorse tonight, which I've been trying to avoid. Yeah, I'm not watching that because, well, I didn't watch the trailer for it. For some reason, I don't know why. And then I looked at the reviews and they looked mediocre. I watched Mark Kermode's review and he just said it was boring and I just didn't really want to waste my time on it. It's almost 2 hours. So, yeah, I'm not watching it. Are you going to check the film out, Alex?
I think I'm going to watch it. Because I have seen the trailer. I really like the trailer.
Yeah.
And I really like Michael B. Jordan. I think he's one of my favorite actors working today. And it's a Jack Ryan thing, which I like. So I'm not expecting to be blown away by it, but I think I will probably within the next few days. I think I will watch it.
Yeah, I was going to say, even because I'm looking at the reviews here, I might watch it and love it, but the likelihood of that might be quite slim. And like I said, if you're a Michael B. Jordan fan or whatever, go watch it. Because I haven't seen I haven't seen Creed, which I probably should watch, but I've only seen 3 Rocky films. I prefer to watch the Rocky films than watch Creed.
Yeah.
I might just watch Creed, I don't know. But I haven't seen that. I think I've only seen him in Black Panther, from what I can remember.
Have you seen Fruitvale Station that he was in?
No, I haven't.
That might be his best film. That film is so good.
I think. Or maybe it's the other film. Let me look that up. Oh, get off this. Go on Without Remorse. Oh yes, here it is. Yeah, directed by Ryan Coogler as well.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that. I will check that out. Actually, it's on Mubi, which is a good sign, and it's not too long either.
No, it's a fairly short one.
That's really good as well. I've seen him in. I like to call it Fantastic. Obviously, a fantastic film.
Not one of his best films.
No. And I've got Just Mercy, very kindly sent to me by Walter.
Good one.
We'll watch, and so I've only seen 2, Black Panther and Black Panther and Fantastic. I've only seen of him. So yeah, but I will watch more because he was great as what was his villain name? Killmonger. That's the one.
Yeah,
he was great in that film. Great performance, and well written character. So yes. We've got Reagan here says, is the Dirty Dancing Steelbook worth it? Well, if you enjoy the film, if you really enjoy the film and the steelbook artwork you like, then yeah, and also if it's well priced. But I've seen Dirty Dancing. I think it's just fine, so I won't be picking it up in any format. So yeah, it's up to you really. I don't know. I don't own it. I don't own a Dirty Dancing. How about you, Alex? Do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, I've seen the film once a long time ago. I don't remember much about it. I think it was a fine film from what I remember.
Yeah.
But in general, I'm not a steelbook person. I'd always pick up the regular Blu-ray. But if you're a steelbook person and you like the film and you like the design of the steelbook, then yes, you should pick it up.
Angus says, I have over 2,000 movies on DVD and Blu-ray. That is very impressive, Lanko. I mean, I know you don't show your face or anything in your videos, but if you did an entire video, collection video, I guess you'd have to do it in parts since it's so big. People would watch the hell out of that. I know I would. Everyone enjoys collection videos. Everyone loves them. They blow up. People just watch them, and I understand why, because I find myself watching them. So if you did that, that would be amazing.
I watch them as well. I enjoy filming them as well, but it does take a while.
Oh yeah, it does. But no, I don't even have 1,000, Lanko, so that is really impressive. Aaron says, have you ever walked into a cinema screening and watched the wrong movie? Alex, have you?
I have not, no.
No. Well, I wouldn't. Well, the thing is, I wouldn't. So I walk into the cinema screen, but I wouldn't. I would understand. I would register that this is the wrong film. It isn't like I would sit there and watch the film. But I mean, did I walk into the wrong screen? Well, yes and no, in a sense, because I did something very stupid. So I was going to watch The Lighthouse, and I pre-did the ticket thing. I looked at the time, and it was in the morning, and they let me through this screen, and I walked in to the right screen, and I walked in, and families, loads of families are sat there. I'm thinking, okay, and then going to watch The Lighthouse, and Sonic the Hedgehog is playing. And for some reason, I thought it was like a trailer or something, because I had seen Sonic the Hedgehog film prior to do that. I go to my seat, and then I realized, oh no, that the time was wrong. I got AM and PM mixed up.
Oh no.
So I was like, oh my God, how stupid. So I ended up watching Jojo Rabbit.
Oh no. I mean, now that you've said that, I have accidentally booked tickets for the wrong day. So because I booked tickets for the wrong day, the film that I wanted to see wasn't playing the day that I turned up to the cinema. So I then had to watch a different film. That's the closest that I've come to it.
So yeah, but I've never mistaken, I've never walked into the wrong screen just because I did, I guess you could do that if you weren't looking where you were going or something. I got confused, but no, I've never done that. Alpha Charlie 10 says, have you tried the zoomed out view on StreamYard? I personally think it looks a lot better. So this view here, well, I don't know really, because I don't like the blank space that we have. I prefer kind of closer up in my, that's how I feel anyway about it. This kind of feels a little more, I don't know, it feels like I'm at a conference or something, or a meeting with this. It just feels too distant. I can see kind of why some people might enjoy that, but to me, up close, I want to get up close and personal. It's a live stream. I'm talking to you guys live. I want to be in there in the moment with you, rather than kind of I'm further away from you when I'm like this.
Yeah.
Got Harry's Movie Channel says, I watched Black Hawk Down for the first time a few weeks ago and loved it. What are your thoughts on the film? I haven't seen it. Have you, Alex?
I haven't seen it, no. But I will. I've got the 4K of it. I just haven't seen it yet. Right. And when did that film come out? Who's in it? I've heard of the title. Early 2000s, I think. 2001, maybe. Is it? I don't actually know. Who directed? Is it a Ridley Scott film? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know who's in it, but I know it's a Ridley Scott film. Oh, okay. I'll probably watch it at some point then. See
quite a good director on and off, really.
When he wants to be, he can be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't seen. Yeah, 2001, and Ewan McGregor's in it, and Jason Isaacs, and Orlando Bloom as well. So it's got a fine cast.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'll watch it eventually. And what did Harry think of it? And you loved it. Oh, that's good. Good then. Dan said, I recently watched Once Upon a Time in America, 1984. What are your thoughts on it? Is it a masterpiece? I've seen it, and no, it's not a masterpiece. I've seen it twice, actually. But I feel like if I watch it again, maybe I don't know. I've got to watch it again. But it's quite long. It's almost 4 hours. But it is an incredible film. It really is. It's what's his name? Sergio Leone's. It was his only American film. Robert De Niro and James Woods star in the film. And it's a really interesting look because it's a gangster film. And it's quite, it's just really good. These gangsters, this gang, they're horrible. They're cold-blooded. They're actually horrible characters. Even maybe worse than Joe Pesci's character in Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it, Alex?
I haven't seen it actually, no, but I do want to. Yeah,
it is really good. But no, because I know Archie's seen it and he really loves it. Mm-hmm. And it made me, because the thing is, because a lot of it they're on. Is it opium? Is that the drug that they're on? Is that even a drug? Am I making that up? I know they're on something. I'm sure is opium a drug, Alex?
I think so. I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a certain plot point towards the end of the film which I didn't really connect with that much. I didn't think it worked very well. But having the context of this kind of dreamlike state of recollecting events into a certain manner of this character and things, maybe that'll work. Because maybe, but it's still great. People, you should watch it. Mm-hmm. We've got Archie saying, I've got to be honest, I thoroughly dislike the Fast and Furious franchise. I don't get it at all. I just get bored of cars going boom, boom, and Vin Diesel saying family.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, the earlier ones weren't great, but I think they get, I think 5 onwards is really good, I think.
I mean, I wouldn't say any of them are good films. I think
entertaining though.
Yeah. Some of them are actually really, really bad, and like you say, actually, I do thoroughly dislike some of the films, but sometimes you just have fun with it, and that's what I wanted to get out of the franchise when I watched it. I was just like, I want to. It's crazy car action. Give me that. And there is some interesting moments. Maybe interesting is the wrong word. Entertaining moments in the film where it's kind of like, and they're quite, it's a franchise. It's crowd-pleasing films. Some people love the franchise, but it's by no means, in my opinion, at least, a good franchise full of good quality films. Mm-hmm. And Jake's just put, Alex, I'm loving the PS5 because I know Jake just got the PS5.
He did. Yeah, I really like it as well. I'm much more of a movie person than a gaming person. But when I got the PS5 in November, that's all I did for about a week and a half. I just played my PS5. It's a really good console.
And Jake doesn't seem too pleased at what Archie's just said.
Yeah, I know Jake's a big fan of those films.
Sorry, Jake. You probably want me to go now, don't you? But the one that I truly, truly hate, well, I just really, the weakest one would be Hobbs and Shaw for me.
I don't know. I agree.
Yeah. I've seen worse films than Hobbs and Shaw, but it was not good. But I will watch the new one, and the new one does look like it's kind of they're getting bigger and better.
Yeah. They're going to space in this one.
Yeah, don't take them very seriously. That's the thing. It's just kind of like sit back and watch kind of a blockbuster entertainment. We've got Pep Wen says, hey guys, going to watch Prisoners tonight for the first time. Thoughts on the movie? Prisoners is really, really good.
Yes.
You're in for a treat. You really are. I remember when I first watched Prisoners, it's emotional. It's The film looks great. Roger Deakins cinematography, Denis Villeneuve directing the film. Yeah, really strong film. What do you have to say about that, Alex?
I love Prisoners. It's I've seen in total I've seen about 1,700 films. I've rated 43 of them a 5 out of 5, and Prisoners is one of them. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really well made. It's one of those it's just a great film. I really enjoy it. I think most people do. Hopefully you do too when you watch it. Winslow says, what are you guys watching tonight? Winslow, you've stolen Dan's question.
I know, you won't be happy.
Well, I'm in the middle of a film right now. It's is it Carlino's Way? Is that how you say it?
Oh, yeah.
The Al Pacino, Brian De Palma film. And so I'll finish that off, and if I've got time, which maybe I won't, maybe I'll be tired since I've been up since 6:30 in the morning. So I might just go to bed after that. But if I've got something in me, I might watch something else. But Carlino's Way is definitely, you will see it logged on Letterboxd after the stream. So yeah, how about you, Alex?
I don't know for definite. I've already done 2 films today. I watched Heathers, which James recommended. Which I really liked. I don't think I like it as much as he does. Have you seen Heathers?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, okay. I did really like that film though. And then I watched Pixie, which came out last year. Which
the kind of Irish thing with is it Olivia Wilde in that?
It's Olivia Cook.
Olivia Cook, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it mainly because of her. It was not good. It was a snooze fest. It was really boring.
No, I looked at the trailer. It looked quite fun.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be fun. It wasn't to me.
Like, Baldwin in that as a priest as well.
Yes, yeah. He's good. No. The performances are good. I just didn't find the story that good at all. Which was unfortunate. As for tonight, I'm really tempted to crack into this. I don't know if you can see it behind me, the Battle Royale set that I got the other day.
That is awesome. I really love how you picked it up. That's great.
Yeah. So maybe that. If not, I'll get to it definitely this week.
Yeah. Got Dan says, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf or Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf all the way? It's definitely, from what I've seen, the best Elizabeth Taylor performance. She's just so good. I'm no expert on Elizabeth Taylor, but I know that performance, that role she did in that film was something kind of, she's stepping out of her comfort zone, maybe stepping out of the typical role you would see her play. On the other hand, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is kind of one of those roles that you might see her play, but she's still really great in that film. She really gives a great performance. And plus, in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, because both of the films, actually, interestingly, are acting powerhouses, where you've got Elizabeth Taylor, Paul Newman in Cat on a Tin Roof, then you've got Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, but I prefer Richard Burton in that, and it's just, I prefer the filmmaking as well in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I prefer the dialogue between the two, and then the editing and things, so I think that's just, overall, from performance to script to the way it's made, a lot better. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, it's a fine adaptation from play to screen, but it didn't really grab me the way Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf did. Have you seen either of those films, Alex?
I have not, no.
Both of them I recommend. Definitely Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf first. That's on, I think both films actually are on HMV Premium Collection, so yeah. But I own Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf on HMV Premium. We've got Scott the Movie Critic says, have either of you watched film Crimson Tide, and are you a fan of it? No. Have you, Alex?
I've not seen this one, no. I do want to see it, but no, I haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, same here. We've got Nikolai, favorite score, he says. I'm guessing you mean musical score for a film. If so, there's lots that come to mind. Obviously, the obvious picks, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, E.T. Obviously all done by John Williams. Do you have anything to say, Alex?
I really like the Jurassic Park score as well, again, by John Williams. Outside of John Williams, Back to the Future. I love that score.
Yeah.
Also, recently, I really like the score for 1917.
I not really for me, that one. Yeah, because I know a lot of people really liked that. A lot of people were kind of talking about how good the score was from that film. Didn't really do it for me. But like outside of Williams for film school, so I know I said loads of kind of generic picks. I love Blade Runner, the original 81? The original Blade Runner. Even though 2049 Hans Zimmer one is still really good, I really love the one for Blade Runner. And also, how can I not mention Ennio Morricone? The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is just fantastic. Pretty much anything Ennio Morricone touches is there. He's just a complete master. But apart from that, musical scores, I'll just look at my Spotify because I know that will contain many.
Also, I really like Joker as well, the score for that.
Yeah, that's really quite good. Because I know you can on Spotify. You can what is it called? You can Lawrence of Arabia. How could I forget? Because I know you can. What do you call it? Filter your songs now through Spotify, which is quite good. Yeah, those are the main ones that come to mind. I really like the Williams score for Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Really good. I really love the score for 8.5, actually. Anything Nino Rota does, The Godfather, that's really good as well. So yeah, probably pick those ones. Yes, Josh says Fruitvale Station is top 20s of all time. So heartbreaking, yet so heartwarming at the same time. Yeah, it's on the list. Good to hear that you enjoy it, though, Josh. I'll just scroll to the bottom to see how many comments we had. Have either of you seen Memento? I believe we both have. Yeah.
Yes. Really good film.
Yes. The structure of it is. I haven't seen anything like it. So, that sense, it's something you will never see. I don't know. It doesn't really seem. Have you seen anything like that before? Because I know a certain film. Forget the name. I think it came after Memento. Does something similar to that?
Yeah, I've got a feeling that a couple of things are kind of in there that I'm like, there may be similar things, but I think Memento is definitely the first one to do it.
Yeah, it will blow your mind when you first watch it, and it's great to see kind of Christopher Nolan indie, just making this kind of low budget independent film with no big whatever. It's just great to see what he did without big budget with Inception or Tenet or anything like that.
And so, I think the step up from, because his first film was Following, which I'm not big on that film, but the step up between Following and Memento is just amazing because I love Memento.
So yes, it's really highly recommended. Dan says, have you seen much from Pedro? Now, funnily enough, today I was looking up how to pronounce his last name.
I don't even know who the person is.
He's a Spanish director. He did the film, his most recent film, Pain and Glory, I think it was, with Banderas. He was nominated for an Oscar.
I did see that.
Yeah. Is it? I always say Almadar, and I watched an interview with him on the Graham Norton show, and Graham Norton literally said to him, "How do you pronounce your last name?" And Graham Norton does it in the proper accent and things, and he literally answers it by saying, "Whatever you want it to be," pretty much, and then he does it as in like, "Oh, the Italians say it this way, and people say it that way." So I say Almadar, but I know it's wrong, but I don't want to put the proper Spanish, accent into it. I think it's like, because it's Almovidar. Pedro
Something
Almodovar.
like that.
I'm just going to say Almadar. I'm sorry, but it's. Have I seen much from him? I've seen Pain and Glory. I've seen Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. I've seen his short film, The Human Voice. I'm guessing you want your opinion on that, Dan. I really want to watch more of his work. A lot of his work is on Mubi. They have a lot of his films on there, so I will be getting to them eventually. I like his style a lot. I just like everything he's done so far. He's got a really interesting way with colors and things. He just makes everything like The Human Voice, which was a short film he made with Tilda Swinton. It's only 30 minutes long. That film it looks lovely. I think it was shot digitally because it's got this really nice, and usually films like that look too clean and too kind of polished. That film looked really nice in that sense. And just the way he uses colors and fashion and just what characters are wearing. Does it mean anything? Does it not? Is it his style? And maybe some people might say, oh, well, it's kind of stupid or lazy deciding to just put colors everywhere and mean nothing. And I'm sure maybe they do mean something. I mean, you know, you'd have to with a guy like him and a very acclaimed director. So I don't know if anyone else say about that, but have you seen any of his work, Alex?
I was just looking up his filmography. The only one I've seen is Pain and Glory, but I did really like that film, so I'll have to check out more.
Yeah, he's such a good director, and I do want to watch more of his work. I'm a big fan. I want to dig more into kind of the meaning of it as well, and just the way he does things. Scott says, Fruitvale Station is amazing. I love that film. All I'm hearing is good things, so that's a good sign. I will add it to my movie watch list. Nicola says, best looking Blu-ray in each of your collections. Well, wouldn't we say 4K? You know, if we've 4K is the improvement on Blu-ray. But if we're just going on Blu-ray alone, because it's hard to kind of, I don't know, does anything jump out to you, Alex?
No. Again, I can answer 4K is a lot easier than I can Blu-rays. I mean, the one Blu-ray which looks amazing, which I think that they should make a 4K of, is Avatar. It needs a 4K. It really does. So yeah, I'll have to say that, I guess. Yeah.
Well, for 4K would be a 2001: Space Odyssey. But
I need to get that in 4K.
Yeah, it looks incredible. But for Blu-ray, sorry, it's just hard to think of one right now because I watch a lot of. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't think of one at the moment. Ben says, if you could time travel and see one film that has been announced and to be released in the future, which film would it be? Ooh, I know, Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Scorsese film.
That's a good one.
I mean, I would be tempted to go for like the new Star Wars film or a new Marvel film, but
yeah,
I gotta go Scorsese.
The thing is, because logically, I want to go for like the film that I want to see that's the furthest away, because I'll have to wait the longest to see it.
That does make sense.
Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon's a good one. I really want to see Taika Waititi's Star Wars film, though.
That is one as well, yeah.
So maybe that. Spider-Verse 2 as well. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's a good question, Ben, actually. That's a really good question. Thank you for that. I've got Scott says, what's your favourite Rocky film, Lucas? It's got to be the first one. I've only seen the first three, so out of the first three, it's the first one, and I don't think that's going to change. How about you? Have you seen all the Rocky films, Alex?
I have. Out of the Rocky films, it's definitely first one. But I actually think out of all of them, including Creed, I actually think Creed is my favourite.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I love Creed, but then very close behind is Rocky 1.
Got Reagan talks about movies. Favorite movie? Well, I don't have a singular favorite film of all time. That's just an impossible task. So I give a list of films that whenever someone's asked me, I just fire it at them. So favorite films got to be Godfather Part 2, Goodfellas, 8.5, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Empire Strikes Back, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Hereditary, Midsummer. Those are the ones that come off the top of my head. The Incredibles, Back to the Future as well. Yeah, I think that's all of them. How about you, Alex?
I'm kind of like you now, because for the longest time, for years and years, Back to the Future was my number one favorite film.
Yeah.
And then I watched a few weeks ago, or back in January when I came on your stream, I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it just blew my mind. And I was like, technically, I think 2001 is the best film I've seen, but I still think Back to the Future is my favorite. So then I kind of changed my list on Letterboxd from ranking my favorites, and I just listed all of my 5-star films now.
That's similar thing happened with me. I used to say that Raiders. Oh, that's another one. Raiders of the Lost Ark is another one of my favorite films. I used to say that Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark was my favorite film of all time, definitive #1 favorite film. Used to say that. Now that was like maybe 3 years ago, perhaps. 2 years ago, something like that. I used to say that, but now, I cannot just say one film, because then it's kind of like these other films are so good as well. I've got to mention them. Did I mention 8.5? I probably did. That's another one. That's a big one. Yeah. Luke says, you did a brilliant job, Alex, yesterday, mate, with the quiz. It was loads of fun watching it. But did you go when was doing it with Jordan Future Boy, because I was going to the shops at the time, did come back. Sorry. Did you read that, Alex?
Yeah. I think it just means that he went to the shops when Jordan was on, maybe.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was asking a question or something. But that's fine, Luke.
Yeah. Thank you for watching most of it.
Got Stan says, what are your thoughts on the French Connection? I love the French Connection. It's great. Arguably one of the greatest car chase sequences of all time. I love the grittiness of it. I love the direction of it. I love the colours, the way it's shot. Great 70s cinematography. Yeah, great film.
I've not seen it.
Oh, you got to watch it, Alex. It's great. Best picture.
Great.
Yeah, it's just like one of the quintessential, 1970s gritty, on the street crime films. It's really great. And it's just saying here, spoiler alert, I lost. I'm guessing James won the quiz.
Yes, James won. Archie gave him a run for his money, but James won,
really,
hands down. Yeah.
Wow. They don't call him Film Geek for nothing.
Yeah, because I wanted to bring different people on and just give everyone 10 questions, and then the loser would get kicked out. But because I'm silly, I didn't think what would happen if we got to the end of 10 questions and it was a draw. So that's what happened with James and Archie.
Really? Wow.
So I was there asking them quick fire questions. I was thinking up questions off the top of my head and using the internet and firing out quick questions. And they were both going at it. They were both getting the answers right. It was pretty intense. James was sweating.
I wish I got to watch all of that then, because that would have been really intense. Because I know James he was getting stressing out, and I thought, what possibly could have been going on? I thought he was the Star Wars kind of knows everything, but no, wow, that sounds really intense. That's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got Dan. It says, poor Oscar wins The English Patient or Shakespeare in Love. The English Patient all the way, even though Shakespeare in Love, that does cut it, because if the runner, the front runner for that year would have been Saving Private Ryan, and that film deserves the Best Picture win so much more than Shakespeare in Love. But in terms of quality of the both films, The English Patient is just, as you say, Alex, a snooze fest.
Yes. Yeah, because I know because you mentioned that in your what you watched in the month recently. I like The English Patient. I like Shakespeare in Love. Yeah. But in terms of poor Oscar wins, I do think they're poor Oscar wins, because like Saving Private Ryan, I would have put films to win over them, but I don't think either of them are bad films.
No, I just really didn't. I mean, I can have a bit of fun with Shakespeare in Love, because I enjoy Shakespeare, and it's all kind of strange. And you've got, is it Jeffrey Rush going around, and they're all wearing these, and Gwyneth Paltrow doing, I think she disguised herself to look like a man to get in the theatre or something, and it's all quite overly theatrical and things, and overly dramatic. But I don't really mind it. And Judi Dench wins an Oscar for like 8 minutes of screen time. It's really odd. But with The English Patient, because I really like Ralph Fiennes, and I was really hoping to enjoy it. I do like Kristen Scott Thomas as well. but it was the romance that really drained it from me, and I just thought, oh, this is, and the things that were happening, because it was non-linear as well. I just thought, wow, it's like the biggest Oscar baity film I've ever seen. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Harry's Movie Channel says, do either of you like buddy cop films? If so, what are your favorites? I think most people enjoy those type of films. What are your? Do you have any favorites? Nothing's jumping at me immediately.
No, I mean,
Most of them.
a lot of people like Lethal Weapon. I've never seen Lethal Weapon though.
I've seen the first. I watched the first one actually over the weekend.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did. Just the first, and I probably will watch the sequels just because Joe Pesci's in them. But the two guys in it, Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. I didn't like Mel Gibson's character. He really annoyed me. Danny Glover wasn't really doing much. They don't really. I get it that buddy cop films, they don't get along, and then they kind of get. But it's just kind of. So yeah, not really for me. But were we going to say anything else about that?
I mean, I can't think of any that I love off the top of my head. There are a couple which I kind of have fun with, like Let's Be Cops, which came out a few years ago. I just kind of had fun with that. Also, I don't know if you've seen it, the Happy Time Murders. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is.
I've seen that, and I agree with you. I mean, it is quite bad, but it is not as terrible as people make it out to be.
No, I thought it was. There were some very funny moments in that film.
I've just actually typed up. Oh, here's one. Hot Fuzz. I think that should count.
Definitely.
And I've just typed up buddy cop films. Nice Guys, The Nice Guys. How could we forget?
Yeah.
And for some reason, where is it? Because now I've just typed up buddy cop films.
I can't believe I thought of the Happy Time Murders over Hot Fuzz.
And well, at that moment in time, I wasn't really too sure what to say. But no, they're listing some odd ones here because they've got In the Heat of the Night, which when I think of buddy cop films, it's buddy, cop that are kind of friends, and it's quite a light film and it's quite comedic. In the Heat of the Night is like a serious drama focusing on racial inequality and things. So I wouldn't really label that as one. And Beverly Hills Cop as well. Who's the buddy in it? It's just Eddie Murphy. But that's really, I really enjoy Beverly Hills Cop. Actually, I enjoy for what it is. Because I like Eddie Murphy so much. He's such a great actor. I don't know if you probably saw it in my roundup video. Just so charismatic. He plays the role so well. We've got Oliver here. Hello. Thank you for joining us, Oliver. Luke says James was unstoppable. Jordan yesterday. I think, mate, you had fun taking part though. I bet. Yeah. It did look like a lot of fun, but I probably would have put myself down to do it, but that was a college night, so yeah, I couldn't do it. The quiz was a great time. Well put on by the Quizmaster Pitt.
Thank you very much.
Got Lanka says you need to watch City Lights and The Great Dictator. They are amazing. I do. In fact, I'm going to watch my first Chaplin film on Sunday.
Nice. I haven't seen either of them.
Yeah, because I've been watching a lot of Buster Keaton, and I really want to rewatch a lot of Buster Keaton now because I've seen a lot, and I do want to watch every film he's made just to kind of complete it. Even though one of the short films he made, it is actually impossible to get hold of. There's only 2 reviews on Letterboxd of it. 2 people have only reviewed it on Letterboxd. Wow. And I commented on both of those reviews asking, how did you watch this? And they both said, oh, we watched it a decade ago and we can't even remember. And one of them was like, oh, it's on Turner Classic Movies like ages ago. So it's not on YouTube. I couldn't find it on any websites. So that's really annoying. So yeah, maybe I'll just have to ignore that one or something because it's just impossible. But no, Chaplin's a big one. Yeah, and I really want to rewatch The General, and there's a lot of Buster Keaton. I think I didn't appreciate the films that he made when I watched them for the first time. I think I need to go back and revisit them, especially The General. Well, that was one of the films where I really did appreciate, but The General is really, really good, and there's a few others that I'd like to go back and revisit. Aaron says, what is a well-loved classic you haven't seen? Anything from you, Alex?
Yes.
Okay.
The Godfather Part 2.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot you haven't seen
I
that one.
apologize. Yes, I still have not seen it. That's the big one. Other kind of, because it depends what you define as a classic.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Other kind of smaller classics, I guess. I haven't seen Scarface. The French Connection we've mentioned. I don't know if you class that as a classic. It just depends. But the big one is The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Exorcist. That's one of the big ones. I think
I haven't seen that.
Like you say, it's kind of your definition of that. It's just hard to kind of categorize, really. Well, that's a big one at the moment, but I'm sure there's many others. Like, would you class?
Sorry. Go on.
No, go.
No, I was only going to say I haven't seen things like Casablanca or Gone with the Wind.
Yeah,
like that.
Because I was just going to bring up. Is it Passion of the Joan of Arc or something? That's another one. And obviously, anything from Chaplin I haven't seen, which is just shameful. But I need to get around to that. But like I said, I've been watching Keaton. I'm sorry. That's another silent comedian. Just trying to look through some films. But yeah, those are the ones that immediately jump at me. But there's a lot more. I mean, Dead Poets Society. I guess you can count that. I haven't seen that. Just looking through, really.
There's a lot of films out there.
Yeah, there is so many films.
Yeah,
that I haven't seen yet. It's not great, really. But it's hard to get round to all of them. Yeah. There's only so many hours in a day. Yeah, those are the main ones, really. Archie says, have you seen the Scorsese cut of Once Upon a Time in America, Lucas? It's 4 hours and 20 minutes. Got it in Italian import. I personally prefer it to the standard cut. Nice of Scorsese to restore the lost footage. I don't think I have. No, isn't there like a bit where Robert De Niro's character is like watching some kind of performance or something? Because I watched the film on Amazon Prime. That's the thing. I believe it's on Movie, but that cut isn't available on any streaming. So unfortunately, I haven't. But I'd like to. If you think that's the better cut of the film, then I probably should find that and watch it. We've got Tresk Gaming says, what did you think of The Bad Batch episode 1? Have you seen that, Alex?
I have not seen it. I will see it because I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I'll try and see everything Star Wars that comes out. The problem is that because, of course, The Bad Batch were introduced at the beginning of Clone Wars Season 7, and I did not like those episodes at all. But they came out weekly, and there were only 20 episodes, whereas the first episode of this is 1 hour and 10 minutes. So I've heard that it's really, really good. But if I don't like it, it's 1 hour and 10 minutes instead of 20 minutes. Yeah.
I haven't seen it, unfortunately, but like you, Alex, I love Star Wars. I will watch it eventually. Yeah. Like I said, Once Upon a Time in America was going to be 4 hours and 10 minutes, but I heard someone on YouTube saying 10 hours. This was going to be, but America were rude to Italians, and also it was going to be in Italian language. Well, I do know that Leone did have a massive cut of the film, and the studio kind of made him butcher that cut. But I don't know about Americans being rude to Italians, and it's an American film. It's got De Niro in and James Woods. Unless they dubbed it in Italian, because it was obviously both of those guys are American. It's Once Upon a Time in America. They speak English in the film, so I don't. They didn't shoot it in Italian, so I don't know about that, Lanco. But yeah, but I don't know a lot. I just know that the big thing I know about the film is that they kind of butchered his vision, really, because it was so long, and there's a few other things, but yeah. But Jordan's got to head off to work. He'll catch you for the rest of the replay. Chat soon, mates. No problem, Jordan. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully you enjoyed the replay. I am scrolling. Oh, wow, but we've got a lot of comments here. And we're an hour in, and we usually go for around 2 hours or so. Oh, gosh, we do. Oh, my Lord. Oh, wait, if I just scroll past. Oh, wait, no. Where am I? I've lost where I am. All right, who was the last person? Oh yeah, Jordan, and he left. So there we are. Lanko follows up by saying the director Sergio Leone almost went to jail for this. That's how rude Hollywood were, because foreign movies are amazing and Hollywood foreign. I mean, this could all be true, Lanko, but I didn't hear that Leone almost went to jail for making a 10-hour film, unless he went to jail for other reasons, which he didn't specify. But yeah, it's still not good by the studio. That is rude. But I don't know if it was. I don't think they were prejudiced because he was an Italian. I don't think that was the reason. Actually, either of you seen Eighth Grade, directed by Bo Burnham? It's got a similar feeling to Booksmart and came out around the same time, but I prefer it wholeheartedly to Booksmart, one of the best films. I have, Archie, and that's for some reason it kind of sweeps under the radar, that film. I don't know why, but yes, that's good, and that's another kind of, I guess, teen comedy, kind of relatable teen comedy that we didn't mention. Have you seen it, Alex?
I have seen it. I've seen it a couple of times. I really, really like it. I do think if we're just comparing it to Booksmart, I think I slightly prefer Booksmart, but I really, really like Eighth Grade.
Yeah, I Booksmart is really funny. I had a bet because I remember my experience more with Booksmart rather than Eighth Grade.
Yeah.
Josh says that he can't stand some of the Fast and Furious movies. Same here, but yeah,
some of them, some of them are also really entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. Like says, watch the Ron Clark story. It's so motivational. Ron Clark, is that a YouTube video or something, or a show? Do you know about that, Alex?
No idea.
I'm going to type it up on YouTube. Maybe it's like one of those TED Talks or something. The Ron Clark story full movie. Oh, so it's a film. It's a film, apparently. I'll type it up on Letterboxd. The Ron. Oh, I'm on lists. Here it is. And yeah, you've watched it, Lanko. Yeah, I might check. It's got okay. It's overall rated a 3.3, and Lanko rates it 4 stars, 85%. I might get around to it, but it's not high up on the list. Yeah, he says Fast and Furious is better with Paul Walker. He was good in them. Yeah, it's a sad loss, really.
Yeah.
Lanko says, I just watched Patton. Yeah, that's on the list as well. That's the best picture winner that I need to check out. It's actually on the Criterion channel, so it was added this month, so I'm really happy about that. Have you seen Patton, Alex?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, it's one of those gotta get round to. Dances. What's on the watch?
It was stolen tonight.
Sorry. Actually, if you've got the time and aren't tired, Lucas, I recommend starting Twin Peaks. Actually, I was thinking about watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but then that's like almost 2 hours, so I might watch something like that's 90 minutes after Carlino's Way.
I've got a good 90-minute film for you to watch. It's called Fruitvale Station.
Yeah, actually, it's on movie. Yeah, but for some reason, just now I was on my Apple TV, and the same thing happened to Netflix. And I click on the Mubi app, and it goes on, and then all of a sudden it goes off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it happened with Netflix, and I had to update Netflix on a different Wi-Fi because it wouldn't update on the Wi-Fi I use for some reason. Don't know why. There's no restrictions on it, but anyway. And then it worked again or something. It was so weird, and now that's happened with Mubi. It's like a bug or something.
Okay.
So I prefer, I'd like to actually watch that film on my TV rather than on my iPad. So
yeah.
Dan says, have you seen Patterson? It's a real pleasant film that's on Prime and stars Adam Driver. I really like it. Yes, I've seen it, and it was a pleasant film to watch. It's nice. It's calm. I need to watch it again. I don't think I appreciate it fully on the first watch. But have you seen Patterson?
I haven't seen it. But I do want to.
I think you'd enjoy it. I really think you would.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any conflict in the film very much. It's just kind of, it's just calm. It's relaxing. He writes
Yeah.
poetry a lot in the film, and there's some nice. It's just really nice conversations. Also, the two kids from Moonrise Kingdom pop up in the film.
Oh,
And they're on
nice.
screen together as well, and it's like they're older as well. So, and they have a proper part in it. It's small, but they're in it and they're talking in it. So it's nice to see them there.
Well, that's enough reason because I love Moonrise Kingdom.
Yeah. Lanka says, when you tell 7-year-old kids that Fortnite sucks, I've never told a 7-year-old kid that Fortnite sucks. So, oh, Maxfield's here, and he says, Leprechaun 4 in space. Thank you, Maxfield. I'm still not going to watch those films. I'm sorry. I might watch the first one day. Harry's Movie Channel says, what do you think the poorest decision is in Oscars history? Does anything jump at you, Alex?
Well, I personally would have given the Oscar to The Social Network instead of The King's Speech. That's one of them. But then I really like The King's Speech, so it's hard. Also, I think that they should have nominated The Dark Knight in 2008 or 9. And also, kind of a smaller one, but I'm amazed that the Lego Movie didn't get nominated for Best Animated Film.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, that was one. I can't believe that. It wasn't even nominated. Well, I don't know if their rule still stands, but I really, really hope the Mitchells versus the Machines gets nominated. But it came out on Netflix, and I know they had, because of the pandemic, they made an exception that any streaming movie could qualify. But now, does that still stand? Because Mitchells vs. Machines is on Netflix. I
don't know.
I really hope it does, because that's one of the best kind of animated films to come out recently.
Mm-hmm.
So fun and just great times.
I really want to see that film.
Here's one. Citizen Kane didn't win Best Picture. How Green Was My Valley by John Ford won, which was questionable. I haven't seen How Green Was My Valley, but it's kind of like Citizen Kane. How did that picture? It won Best Screenplay, but didn't win Best Picture for whatever reason.
About that.
Yeah. Oh no, I was going to say one, but no. Yeah, it's hard to think off the top of my head. I really should know a lot more because I do a podcast on the Oscars, so I should have infinite knowledge, but I don't. In terms of a decision, not in the sense of giving out an award, but kind of with the ceremony or rules and things, I think it was really odd. This never came through because of the backlash, but they were going to put in a Best Popular Film Award.
Oh, yeah. No, don't do that.
It's puzzling, really.
Yeah.
Because how do they judge Best Popular Film? It's like you'd have to go off the box office, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's like
that's not what the Oscars is about usually.
Sorry, Alex.
That's not box office. Isn't what the Oscars about. You know, it's about the best films, which
it's
often don't make
the
as much
films.
money.
You know, like Nomad Land. What's the box office of that going to be? It's not going to be Avengers Endgame level, is it?
No.
But no, that was really and even recently, which I don't want. This is quite a big topic that brought up, and we are quite far behind on the comments. But I do want to bring this up because this is the decision that I've kind of been thinking about recently, and it's the decision that they made that now there's a checklist of things that your film needs to qualify to be Best Picture. It was the diversity thing, and right off the bat, obviously, I'm not saying that I don't want diversity in films. It's just that there's certain kind of criteria now that the certain films which want to be awarded this very prestigious award need to tick off. Now, the stuff about having a diverse crew and you're behind the camera, complete, of course, and even in front of the camera. But the thing is, we're getting that already. We've already got that. Parasite one, and we've had things like Moonlight one, and that was with no kind of diversity in check, and that was very diverse, not only on race, but sexual orientation. All these other films, I'm trying to think, with Brokeback Mountain back in 2000, even though it didn't win, it lost to Crash, which was stupid, but That didn't win. That was still a film that was very much celebrated back in the 2000s. And so now they're kind of making filmmakers and artists check things off as they go along, which I think is not good. I think they're enforcing it too much when it was already happening, in a sense. It wasn't like we weren't getting this. So that was a slight rant there. But do you agree with this, Alex? I'm curious.
I understand what you're saying. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, though, because the Oscars is diverse, so I don't really mind that they brought in the rule that they have to be, because they already are. If it was going to change films loads, then I'd have a problem with it, because you should just get the best cast and crew. But since it's not going to change all that much, I'm not that bothered on.
I think because another thing is that I think they've got to I don't know the full rules, but I'm pretty sure I think the story might have to focus on like the troubles of these minority groups and things. And I saw like someone put a comment saying, that it's almost like making Picasso have a checklist of things to do. And it's like, you can't make what you want to make now if you want to get best. Parasite would never have won Best Picture if it was made back then, because it has an all Korean cast and it focuses on, rich and poor and stuff like that. That was a slight rant. Maybe people have got things to say about that, but that was what I just wanted to put out there in terms of Oscars. But now we're going to have to maybe go through slightly quicker, just because I don't want to, go on for too long. Like I said, Oscar history worst pick, maybe 1931. They snubbed against City Lights. Yep. The Chaplin film. Scott says, amazing stream. I'm enjoying it a lot. Also, I got The Red Shoes and Cinema Paradiso on Blu-ray recently. That's, I think, is this Scott who messages me then?
Probably, because he messages me on Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's Scott Anders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Scott, you meant, if it is the Scott that I think I'm talking to, because you watched my video on my collection, you mentioned those two films, so unless it's a crazy coincidence, I'm sure that is. So that's great. I haven't seen The Red Shoes yet. The Cinema Paradiso is excellent. Have you seen Cinema Paradiso or any of those films, Alex?
I haven't, no.
Well, I haven't seen The Red Shoes, but I own both of them. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Scott. Stan says, personally, my favourite Brat Pack film is 16. Oh, Brat Pack. I see. I've never even heard that phrase before. Brat Pack is 16 Candles. What's yours? I don't know really, because I've never even heard anyone use that phrase of Brat Pack.
I don't know what he means by Brat Pack.
Because 16 Candles is like with a girl, and I don't like. Is it kind of like sassy teenage girls or something? Or something like that.
I mean, I like 16 Candles. I can say that much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know I've never heard that phrase before. Which says, I'll be watching Haru. I always have a hard time with his first name. Haruki Kazu Korida. Nobody knows. I've recently been watching his film so far. I highly recommend. Still Waking is brilliant. I haven't seen Shoplifters yet, but I can't wait. Yeah, I've seen Shoplifters, and I do want to watch more of his work, because I noticed, Winslow, I follow you in Letterboxd. You have been watching quite a few of his films, and I've seen. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I need to get more into his style first. I think I need to watch a few more of his early stuff. Then I might rewatch Shoplifters and see how it is. But have you seen anything from Korida, Alex?
I actually haven't, no. I'd be interested to, but I just haven't yet.
Because Shoplifters was up for Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars, but I think Roma took that away from it. So, yeah. Dan says, favourite film directed by Clint Eastwood. I've been watching a lot of his early director work. Some of it's good, others just okay. I think he's gotten better over time. Would have to be Unforgiven. How about you, Alex?
Well, I haven't seen Unforgiven. If I had seen Unforgiven, I know I don't have any basis on this, but I have a feeling I may say that. Out of the ones that I have seen, I really like $1 Million Baby. Yeah,
I mean, that's not one that I'm a big fan of. I'm not being a fan of him as a director. I think that's the only great film he's ever made that I've seen of him. all the other things, and I've seen quite a few. I just feel like there's not much direction going on there. There's just kind of like, it just feels so kind of basic in a way. But I'd like to watch some of his early work. And I know, Dan, you've got didn't you say you have like the big, massive, expensive set of all of his films, which is, I mean, I'm not a big enough Clint Eastwood fan to even think about buying that. But maybe one day. But there's so many films in that set, and maybe one day I might pick it up.
I'm tempted to get the set because I've only seen 4. I think I've seen 4 Eastwood films, which I know is tiny because he's made loads. But I've enjoyed all of the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, I think most of them are kind of solid and fine. None of them are bad by any means, but I've only seen one which I'd call great. And says Scott, movie critic, is your favorite movie Rocky? Because it's my favorite movie too. That's not relating to us. Lucy just says, for May the 4th, I watched Star Wars for the first time. Oh, wow. Well, what a day to start on, I suppose. Yeah, it's probably my favorite franchise.
Yeah, and mine.
Scott says, it is definitely one of my favorite, mate. Oh, that's applying to him. Nice fellas, have you seen the infamous 3-hour movie about a woman cleaning her apartment? Oh, yes, I haven't seen it, but I do know of it. I'd love to watch that. It's on the Criterion channel. The film, Gene, I'm not going to say because it's a long title. It's a Belgian film, I think. Is it as good as people say? I'm sorry, I haven't seen it, Maxfield, but it is on the list. It's been a film that's been on the list for a long time. And I will watch it at some point. I'd like to know how to pronounce the name of it for starters. Have you watched it? Do you know of it, Alex?
I've actually never heard of this one. No.
Oh, really? Yeah. It
sounds interesting. A 3-hour movie about a woman cleaning her apartment.
Yes.
Interesting. It's got me intrigued.
Apparently, like, it just shows how mundane this woman's life is. How she, because usually with films we don't see the moments in between, and I guess the film is the moment in between, which is the kind of the full film, and things start to happen. But I definitely will. I know there's a Criterion Blu-ray of it, but that's available in the US. So I'm not sure if I should watch it on streaming or just buy the Blu-ray of it, because it feels like something that's best to just have the disc rather than rely on streaming. Because since it's so long and about such a mundane life and task, I think it's best not disrupted in case things happen. But Luke says, so have you seen Nomad Land, guys? I'm wanting to watch it, just keep thinking it will be slow and boring. What would you say? It's like, if you've seen it, guys, it is not slow, it's not boring, it's only like, it's not even 2 hours, is it?
I don't think so. It's like an hour and 50.
Highly recommend it. Such deserving to win. I'm hoping to catch it at the cinema. Actually, I'd love to watch it on the big screen. McDormand's performance is superb. Zhao's direction is. I'm just a massive fan of her at the moment. And I know, Alex, you really like Nomad Land, like me.
Yes. I watched it a while ago through means that I won't disclose on the internet. But now that because I really want to watch it again, and it's on Disney Plus now, but it's advertised on the Cineworld website as coming out on the 17th of May, the day that they open. So I think I'm just going to wait and see it in the cinema.
Yeah, I was thinking about rewatching it on Disney Plus, but then I thought, I'm just going to wait. Yeah. Give it a bit of time. Yeah. And watch it. Because I think it'll look great on the big screen.
Yes, I personally, it was my second favorite film that was nominated for Best Picture. I personally slightly prefer Minari, but I love both.
We're very similar on that as well, because I wanted Minari. I would have liked Minari to win, but I'm still happy Nomadland won.
Yeah.
I've got Yoda the Jedi watching. Lanka says, watch Drunken Master. It's Jackie Chan and it's amazing. Yeah, I'd like to watch a bit of Jackie Chan. So yeah. Lanka says, and see you tomorrow. I guess you're leaving then, Lanko? Oh no, you're both here. Okay, and it says both of them are great YouTubers, always answering people's questions. Right, I'm just looking through questions. Dan says, if you could direct an installment of a pre-existing franchise, which franchise would it be? That's a good question.
Fun.
Because I don't want to go for Star Wars really, because even though it's my favorite franchise, it's just like I could very easily mess things up, and it would be a dream to do that. But then again, it's like the pressure of it, and maybe you don't want to kind of, something that you love so much, see it from behind the scenes in a sense. You still want to have the magic of it. Is anything jumping? I know you don't really direct films though, Alex, but if you were a film director, would you?
Well,
guys,
I mean, my immediate thought was the same as yours. Like, my first thought was Star Wars, but then you want to leave that to people who know what they're doing and wouldn't mess it up, like I probably would. I don't know, maybe something like a new Jurassic World film or something. That would be good fun.
Just
something like
that.
Or Fantastic Beasts, because I could probably do a better job than the last film.
That's true. I'm just gonna. Is there anything? I'm sure I'm gonna kick myself because there's, I'll probably forget, but I kind of want to go with Indiana Jones, or maybe like something like a horror film. Like I'd love to maybe not, because I'm going to think maybe a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel or something. Could do something interesting with that, maybe. But it's a great question.
Yeah,
really good question there.
Yeah,
I'm just looking through. I'm trying not to be too long. Yeah, no, I can't really think of anything other than those films. Oh, a Blade Runner. I'd love to make a Blade, because I really, really want to have another Blade Runner film, because it was kind of teased, but it didn't do very well at the box office, unfortunately, the new one. But man, would I love to make a third Blade. That is the one, actually, Blade Runner, because I love the original so much. I love kind of the noir aspect of it. So, yeah. Ben says, okay, I'll join another live stream. Oh, join another live? Oh, sorry, Ben. Don't know why you're joining another live stream. But thanks for stopping by. He says, I still haven't had a response from the BlueTuber Facebook page. I'm not an admin on that. I can't help you out with that. I'm sorry. You're gonna. I know Magpie Movies, Paul. He runs the page. You'll have to reach out to him about that. Oliver says favorite genre and favorite film from that genre. I like every genre pretty much, but my favorite genre, my most preferred genre would probably be crime. My favorite film from that genre would probably be either Goodfellas or Godfather Part 2. How about you, Alan?
Oh, that's a really hard question. I don't have a favorite genre.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like action, and my favorite action film is Terminator 2. But I love drama, and crime as well is really good for me.
I'm gonna have to just pick and choose here. What's Reagan saying here? It says, I'm leaving. My grandma are here. Wanna go hang out with them? That's fine. That's fine, Reagan. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Actually, says, shame you didn't like The English Patient much. Lucas, my neighbour, was friend. Oh yes, you did say yes. We mentioned that. So and I didn't get to meet him. Yeah. Well, he wasn't a very good director, but if I had connections with him, I wouldn't be saying that, and I would be, but still, yes, no, I didn't like it, unfortunately. It says, if you rewatch Lethal Weapon, you will enjoy it. I didn't like it first time, but I might rewatch it maybe in the next 5 years. It's not going to be a film that I'm going to rewatch anytime soon. Like it says, and he was one of my favorite actors. Yeah, he's not one of the best, but he's just one of those actors that he's just great. Hi guys, have you seen Collateral? For me, Tom Cruise plays the great villain. I have. I know Alex and me
this one we disagree on heavily.
Yeah. For me, I'm not a huge fan of at all. I really don't like it. Well, it's quite mediocre in a. Sorry, Alex. But Tom Cruise is good in it. But what do you have to say about it, Alex?
I really like Collateral a lot. I just find it very because you're kind of following Jamie Foxx's character and you kind of get wrapped up in what's going on. You kind of get brought into it with him and what Tom Cruise is doing. I just think it's a really, really good kind of story. I really like it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think this is the same thing here. It says, did you catch the Netflix film To the Bone of Lily Collins? Maybe watching it tonight. Thoughts? Haven't seen it. Alex?
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah. Lanko hasn't seen Taxi Driver on it. That's bad. Sorry, Lanko. I'm joking, obviously.
Really good films.
I'm sorry, it's bad that I haven't seen particular films. But no, Taxi Driver is a masterpiece, I would say. It really is one of my favorite films. That's another one. I can't believe it. I forgot. That is another one of my favorite films of all time. It's I have a few, but yeah, that's one of them. Actually, Lanka, One Upon America was originally 6 hours long, but the studio cut it down to 2 hours 30 minutes originally, and Leona hated it. That's a story that I've heard, Archie. I don't know how Lanko's kind of found that information, but yeah. And Jack's here. Hello, Jack. Says King of Films. I don't know about that, but thank you for joining me. Let's see what the judges. Today I watched the Blu-ray for the first time. It looks so much better than it is on DVD. Yes, it is. Certainly does look a lot better. Big improvement. Luke says, Jesus, I was just looking at the back of Alex and thought that he was someone behind him for a second, but there's a coat.
Yes, that is not a person.
We've got Logan French here saying favourite and least favourite Wes Anderson film. Favourite Wes Anderson film would be Moonrise Kingdom. Least favourite would be Rushmore. Alex?
Favourite Moonrise Kingdom. Least favourite Bottle Rocket.
I enjoy Bottle Rocket. I can see why you don't.
I don't think he's ever made a bad film.
No, I agree.
Yeah, but I think Bottle Rocket is his least good film.
And yes, it is, Scott. Thank you very much, Scott. And Lanko says Oliver and 2001: A Space Odyssey was one. I don't think 2001 was nominated for Best Picture that year, Lanko. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe it was.
It should have been.
I know Kubrick was nominated for Best Director, but for some reason it was not nominated for Best Film, which, and Oliver won. And Oliver's fine. It's, it's your musical, really, isn't it? Windsor says, I watched The Night of the Hunter, which was really good. We'll be picking up. Yeah, I really want to look. I'm looking forward to watching that film. I'll definitely be picking that up on Criterion when it hits in June, I think. I think we're getting that in June.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. We've got Stefano says, hi, Mr. Filmmaker. I know you like Italian cinema, and I would like to know who's your favourite Italian actor. Most people here in Italy love... Oh, yes. Do you know Mario Valenti? And I am one of them. He is a phenomenal actor. It's the guy that's in Investigation of the Citizen and For a Few Dollars More, right? I think I'm right on that one. My favourite Italian actor would have to be Marcello Mastroianni, mainly because he made a lot of great films with some of the greatest Italian directors ever. And one of my favourite directors of all time, Federico Fellini. He also did, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 films with Michelangelo Antonioni. And he's just, he's a great actor. He's so stylish, he's so cool, he's so slick. It makes it seem everything he does, kind of easy and seamless and effortless, really. But Valenti is so good. He's kind of like the Daniel Day-Lewis, I would say, actually, of actors. The Italian Daniel Day-Lewis, I would say, from what I've seen of his work. Do you have any favourite Italian actors out of interest, Alex?
I maybe this is bad. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I mean, yeah, apart from those two, especially any modern ones as well. I don't think, is there any? I mean, I'm sure there's. I know there is a few.
Yeah.
But Dan says, yes, I got the Eastwood set. It was half price. Not sure I could just buy the full. Yeah.
If I saw it for half price, I would definitely get it.
If it was at half price, I would think about getting it. We'll put it that way. Luke says, have you seen Lion Guys? Absolutely brilliant movie. Very Patel's brilliant in it. Yeah, I like Lion a lot. It's a nice film. It's competently made, good performances. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, I really like that film. Dev Patel, I think, is a really good actor.
He is. He's quite underrated as well, I would say.
Yeah, especially Lion and, of course, Slumdog Millionaire. He was so good in that.
I really want to watch David Copperfield as well, which is in. Sam says favorite zombie movie, probably Shaun of the Dead, actually.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, just to go with that one, really. I wish you could go and say something like Dawn of the Dead, or I mean, I've seen Night of the Living Dead, kind of the OG zombie film, but Shaun of the Dead.
Although I do want to say that I've recently bought Train to Busan on Blu-ray, which I cannot wait to watch because people love that film.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that, and I need to watch it. Yeah. Judith says, do either of you watch Doctor Who? Oops.
Yes.
Yep. I know Alex does.
I've been watching Doctor Who since the very first day that Modern Who aired in 2005, and I've been watching it ever since.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Sorry, I've not got around to Doctor Who. I don't think I ever will. Sorry.
At this stage, it's a big commitment.
Yeah. and I'm sure if I watched it, it would be great because I do like Peter Capaldi. I think, I'm sure I would enjoy his Who. And even, is it Michael Tennant? Is that his name?
David Tennant.
David Tennant, yeah. He looked good in it as well. Says, that's all right, Lucas. And what Oscar year is next on your podcast? It will be the year 2011, celebrating the films of 2010. And Archie says, after hearing near constant updates in Indiana Jones 4, how do you think it will play out? Will Harrison hang up the whip? I don't know what to expect really from this film because it's been kind of in development for such a long time now. Spielberg isn't involved. I don't know what to expect really. Do you have any thoughts on that, Alex?
I actually have more hope for it now that Spielberg isn't involved because Spielberg is my favorite director of all time. Indiana Jones 4, because Archie put Indiana Jones 4 here, but it's 5 now that's coming out because he did 4, which was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which wasn't great. But now they've got James Mangold to do it, and I've loved all of his films.
He's a good director.
I have hope for it. As for will he hang up the whip, I think that this will be the last time that we see him. He's almost 80, but I think that they will leave it open to, if they want to carry the franchise on with someone else, I think that they will leave that open in this new film.
We will probably be seeing the franchise continue in some capacity without Harrison Ford because it's a big franchise. Obviously, they're going to continue it. But it's going to be interesting to see his performance in as well because he's so old now. And even though like Samuel Jackson, I believe, is 80, but he's turning out great performances and kind of being really out. And you would never think that he's 80. Same with Bill Murray, but for some reason with Harrison Ford, he does feel, especially when I saw him at the Oscars this year, he felt quite shaky. I don't know about you, Alex. He did look.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, but then you've got Anthony Hopkins, who's 83 and just won an Oscar.
Yeah, and have you seen like the videos where he's dancing and you feel like he's 80? So obviously, they're different people.
Yeah,
Harrison, I don't know. So but it'd be interesting to see also how large his role will be in the film since he's so old. Lanka says Seven Samurai is perfect. I like village movies. Seven Samurai is incredible. Yeah, I give that 5 out of 5. Oh, and I think Archie just addressed this. Yes, he did. Sorry, I didn't read that, Archie. Thank you. And that's cool. I look forward to that episode. Well done on getting over 300 subscribers. That is great, Archie. Yeah. Sam says, literally bought Train to Busan today, doing it for a university course.
Nice. Really looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, got to get around to that one. And you got Yoda asking, who's your favourite Doctor Who?
My favourite Doctor is Matt Smith. He's just got a very
as well. Yeah,
he's got a very quirky personality, and I really like that.
Yeah, and we've some of the people Scott saying Train to Busan is amazing, so that's good to hear. It's good to hear. And we've got Luke says, my missus is asking to ask you guys what you think of the Spy Kids movies. I did catch them when I was younger, and I seem to enjoy them, but. So from that perspective of like a 10-year-old me, they're amazing films. But now I'm 16. It's like if I watch them again, I think they would just be kind of maybe fun, fine, kids entertainment kind of thing. Yeah. Nothing more really. Have you recently revisited the Spy Kids franchise, Alex?
No, and I highly doubt that I will. Considering I haven't got to the Godfather Part 2 yet, I don't think I'll be going back to Spy Kids. But I'm in the same boat. I think I watched one or two of them when I was younger, and I seem to remember enjoying them enough. But I don't think I would nowadays.
Got Lanka here saying Samuel Jackson, when he hears he's in a new movie, he'd probably be like, "Just show me the money. He's amazing."
He's in everything.
Yeah, he's just in so much. He's really working, like especially for his age. But he's great.
Because there's that one joke from Ted 2 where Amanda Seyfried's like, who's Samuel Jackson? And Ted's like, have you seen any movie ever? He's the black guy. It feels like that at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Yoda says, by the way, I'm currently doing a giveaway since I hit 50 subs. Congratulations, Yoda.
Nice.
Well done on the 50 subs. Cut the lies. Which Twilight movie is the best? As I know, is your favorite friend. Oh God, no! I've only seen the first. I've only seen the final one because the final film made it into the top 100 grossing films of all time. So I did it for the Letterboxd list. So I just watched
the final one. You didn't watch all of them?
No, I just watched that, and it was the first 30 minutes. I was kind of in shock how bad it was. I think do you enjoy that franchise, Alex? Do you like it?
Kind of.
Is it a guilty pleasure, or is it something?
It's a guilty pleasure. I watched them a lot when I was a bit younger. When they first came out, it was kind of a big thing. I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't know. They're okay. They're a guilty pleasure. I will say that.
No, I mean, I've only seen the final one, and I truly hated that. So,
and a lot of people say that the final one may be the best one out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure the final one's the highest rated in a lot of places out of all of them.
Well, I'm glad I just watched that one because I could not imagine what the other ones are like. Right, where are we? So Scott says, Alex, will you be doing a contest for when you get 1,000 subscribers? Because I will definitely take part if you end up doing that one.
That is something that I've been asking myself for the past few days, since that I'm amazingly almost there. I don't know, because I want to, and I might do, but amazingly, it's only been a few weeks since I did my 300 subscriber one, and I gave away a lot for that, thinking that I wouldn't be doing another competition for a while. So and also because I do it the way that most people do, a comment, you get 1 entry, a video, you get like 5 entries. But I kind of feel bad for the people who've only done a video like last month for me. So maybe, because I think that I probably should, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Yeah, it is very crazy. I mean, I just hit 1,000 this year, and I've been doing YouTube for 4 years. So it's like, I mean, I didn't make a grand effort to kind of get my channel out there, though. I just and the videos weren't very good, so you can kind of understand why it took me so long to get to that point. But yeah, we've got Winslow saying, if you got the chance to watch War Peace or own every film in the Criterion Collection, what would you watch first? Well, World Peace. Sorry, I misread that. So, if I had the chance to create world peace or own every film in the Criterion Collection, I mean, yes, I'm a Criterion addict, but of course I'm going to pick world peace.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be, incredibly selfish.
I was thinking that you'd have to be some sort of selfish to say, you know, every film.
And I'm genuinely saying that. I'm not just saying it for the camera. Yeah. I would pick world peace if I was in that hypothetical situation, because I just would. And I don't want every film in the Criterion Collection anyway. Some of them I just don't want. But say if I'm horribly selfish and stupid and I picked Criterion Collection, yes, which one would I watch first? I've got no clue anyway, because there's over 1,000 in there, so I wouldn't know. Probably like a good one to kick it off, like one that's meant to be really good. Yeah. Sam says, do either of you have a favorite audio commentary for a film? Have you watched any audio commentaries on films, Alex?
I haven't seen many. I've only seen a few. The most recent one I watched, I think, was 1917, just because I wanted to kind of hear Sam Mendes talking about how he did certain things in the film. That was really interesting. But I haven't seen enough really to have a favorite. Yeah.
I've only seen one actually, and I really want to watch more. That's the thing. I really want to watch more. I've only seen one, and it's so that I guess automatically be my favorite, and that would be the commentary between the two actors from 2001: A Space Odyssey. I watched the 2001, and here it, Josh again. This guy is great. He says it took my internet 30 minutes to send this lol.
Potato Wi-Fi.
Josh, thank you so much. You really didn't have to do this again. You are so kind of you to do that, and thank you for watching this far in as well. Really appreciate that, my friend. And we're going to be wrapping up very soon, people, around about 5-10 minutes. So please, yes, be aware. Archie's putting a few things in here. Alex giving me Blu-rays. There's 18 copies of the Twilight franchise.
No.
And then 50 Shades.
Oh, yeah. My favorite.
Yeah, don't lie to us, Alex. We see through you.
Yes. Oh dear. No, when I went Blu-ray shopping with James the other day, I picked up the 4K copies of Twilight. I was like, not Twilight, 50 Shades. I was like, come on, James. I know I sent you the Blu-rays. I don't mind if you buy the 4Ks though.
I'm sure he very, very quickly avoided you and went over.
Yeah.
You're just saying I rewatched the prequels. Was really good altogether as a binge watch. Really enjoy the prequels as well. Yoda. We've got Winslow here. The worst part of Twilight is when she screams out, "You name my daughter after the..." That was really, really bad. That was one of the moments where it was kind of like, half hilarious, but then half just so awful.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can agree to that, Alex.
I can agree. I know that there is a lot bad in those films, especially some of the dialogue. But I also kind of think that there's some sort of entertainment value in them as well.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you get something out of it, that's what counts. So have you guys seen the new movie with Amanda Seyfried on Netflix? It was pretty good. I think it's called Things Seen, and I haven't seen it, and I won't, because I watched the trailer and it looked quite generic and quite bad. And reviews came out, and the reviews have been really quite bad. So
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, and I probably won't.
Yeah, so as long as you enjoyed it though, Luke, that's
Yeah.
fine. And actually, tonight's film is The Quick and the Dead, a western directed by Sam Raimi, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I know your same reaction, Alec. Not Alex, Archie. What the hell? Yeah, that's really random. The Quick and the Dead. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either. Especially directed by Sam Raimi with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think we'd have all heard of that one.
I think it's a young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Stone in, Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, and Leonardo DiCaprio. And it was 1995, so it was very, very early Sam Raimi. Well, not very, very early, because he did The Evil Dead before then. But, he did this before he did the Spider-Man films. Yeah, he did the Evil Dead stuff before that. Andrew, are all the blue tubers all mates now?
Some of us are.
Yeah, we'll put it that way. Yes. We've got Jonas here. Any of you seen the new Netflix film Run? Yes, I've seen it. It's a solid thriller. Yeah, quite enjoyable.
I've not seen it yet, but I definitely want to. I like Sarah Paulson quite a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I think Archie's read the thread tense. Has that been sorted? And yeah, I think if you're here just to try and get a reaction out of us, I don't know who this is, Andrew Berry. This could be because you've never commented ever on anything I've made on YouTube, so this could very well just be a fake account trying to get things out of us and get us to talk about it publicly and on camera, but I'm not stupid enough or childish enough to do that. So yeah, we're not going to do that. Windsor says, most recent Blu-ray pickups, guys. Mine are Burning, Shoplifters. That's a good set. Burning is a great one. Winslow, enjoy it, please do. And Shoplifters, and of course you're going on the Corrida binge, so that's good. The most recent pickups for me, I think the last thing I picked up would probably be the Darjeeling Limited. I think that was the last thing I got. But I do have a box set on the way from the BFI sale, which I'll probably post about. I'm excited about that. How about you, Alex? I mean, probably your haul, isn't it?
Yes.
That you did with James.
Yes. I also got the Darjeeling Limited last week when it came out. But yes, my haul on Saturday, which is currently all on the drawers up there. So the Battle Royale box set, Donnie Darko, A Quiet Place.
Really good haul as well. Really solid haul.
Yes, I spent quite a lot, but it was worth it.
And then, sadly not Alex. I've parted ways from Alex and Lucas. They treat me badly. Yeah, we really do. We're big bullies.
Yeah.
From all the nasty things we say to people. Yeah. Got Yoda saying, I need to go now. May the force be with you. But thank you, Yoda. Thank you for stopping by. What's Andrew saying now? Was just wondering as my question gets skipped. I never skipped your question. I never skipped it, so I don't know what you mean by that. Luke says, have you seen, what's this? Interstate 60? Pretty good movie? No, I haven't seen that.
No, never heard of that one.
Yeah, but the questions are slowing down now. The viewers are going down, so I think we will wrap it up here. So if anyone has any closing comments or questions to put in, please do so now, and we'll wrap it up. Thank you all so much for watching and joining me tonight with Alex, an unexpected guest, but it's really, really great to have him here. Made things more interesting. Before I leave you, I'll say one thing.
Don't keep us in suspense, Archie.
Yeah, well, we're waiting now. We're waiting on you.
Better be good.
Yeah, this is airtime we're dedicating to waiting on your response.
Oh, here we go. Oh, dear.
I could have. Yes. Thank you for that, Archie. His daily public service. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Winslow. Thank you again very much, Archie, for joining me. Thank you again, Josh, if you're still watching, for the super chats. It was so generous of you and so kind of you, and everyone else just for watching. I appreciate you. And yeah, everyone enjoy their evening. Thank you as well, Dan. Thank you, and Scott. Love the stream. What was our favourite Bond film? At the moment, it's On Her Majesty's Secret Service. If I wasn't kind of a fan, because I love the 60s Bond and Connery, even though Connery isn't in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, but I like how that film is so faithful to the book. That's why I love it so much, in the music and everything. So I will probably go Skyfall, but then again, I love Thunderball or You Only Live Twice, or pretty much anything Connery's in. Except for Never Say Never Again, which I haven't seen, but I hear terrible things. It's not even an official Bond film. How about you, Alex?
I love all of the Connery ones. I think my favorite actually might be Casino Royale. Love that film.
That's also really good. That's a strong.
And GoldenEye as well, a really good one.
Yeah, because I like Pierce Brosnan's Bond. Yeah, I like all the actors as Bond, but my least favorite would probably be Roger Moore. A lot of people like him, but but yeah, thank you all, and thank you, Luke, for stopping by. Everyone, really appreciate it. So yeah, I will see you all. Obviously, you all know Alex. Alex's Movie Corner, Alex Pitt. Search him up, subscribe.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, I will see you again in the next